Greetings, GameCola faithful, and welcome back to more Super Metroid. In the previous episode, we defeated Kraid, the first major boss of the game, and with the new Varia suit, began to explore the heated areas of the sort of volcanic region here, Norfair. In this episode, with the Ice Beam, we can actually make progress back up, and so we are going to return to Red Brinstar. So the main thing keeping us down here in this area, because we've basically explored all of the areas we can reach down in Norfair at this point, the main thing keeping us here is the giant red shaft that we fell down to reach this point. So there were a few enemies sort of zipping back and forth in there. But, of course, they're enemies, so we didn't have any way of utilizing them until now that we can freeze them. So now we can use the Ice Beam. Oh, if I don't fail my platforming. Okay, managed to save it. Of course, still another yellow door we can't do anything with. But now with our high jump boots as well, we can reach up here without wall jumping. And we can find more these little enemies that we can jump on. There we go. And we are up and out into this area, which I believe is affectionately called the Hellway. And you can kind of see why. Yes, these plants are vicious. Well, they actually don't deal that much damage, but it's very easy to get comboed and to fall into many different hazards in that room. Some people actually go into the menu and turn off the high jump boots so that the platforming is a little bit easier because your jump height is lower. Oh, ouch. Sniped me from above. Okay. So we've got an elevator going up, but let's continue to explore this area. We've got this area here, which has these big beefy enemies in it. We've got these guys here coming out of the flowers, but this one doesn't have anything in it. Okay. So this floor is potentially destructible. Now, I'm just going to save us about 30 seconds of time here and say that there's nothing up here that we can do to make forward progress. We need to go down. If we were to go up that ladder, we would find another one of these yellow doors immediately on the other side. Fortunately, we can see that the floor in that one spot on the ground was slightly different. Which leads us over here. But unfortunately, I am out of super missiles. Fortunately, these enemies here, these green cactus guys, they tend to drop super missiles very frequently. It would help if I used them, and not the wrong kind of missiles. More of these. Aha! And we get power bombs, which is, of course, what we need in order to get through those blocks. However, if we do a little bit of curious exploring, we can find that we can actually blow up this back wall and get another missile upgrade. for a total of 65. Don't! Yeah, don't do that. Don't be a doofus and fall into man-eating plants. And these sort of caterpillar-like enemies have a high tendency to drop power bombs if you need any. We can go ahead and pop one here to open up that door. Grab more supers. We'll visit this room but not save in it, simply so that we've marked it off on our map, just to be a little bit of completionists. And now we can return to this room. Yeah, these guys hit like tanks, so be very careful. Or, you know, don't, and be reckless like I did and still come out mostly okay. Here is another power bomb upgrade. Basically 2 right at the same time. Very, very nice. Power bombs can be used offensively, but for the most part, I tend to use them as an exploration tool. Because they will, as you saw, open yellow doors and, of course, destroy power bomb blocks. They basically act as screen nukes, though, so if you're ever swarmed by enemies, a power bomb might just be able to get you out of a jam. And they make a very cool sound. Oh yeah, that's right. These crabs also hit like tanks. We're getting a little low on health, but that is okay, because I happen to know where we are, and that is right outside. And we can return to our ship for a nice full recharge. Oh, I didn't mean to save there, just force of habit, but oh well. Since we did go ahead and save there, let me take a quick, as Roa Mithril would call it, refreshing pause to verify that the recording works okay. Okay, everything's still working well. So, we've got a few options now. First and foremost, let's go ahead and head back this way. Now we've got super missiles, so we can open up that, almost called it a blue door, the green door. Boom! Absolutely destroy that guy. And check out what's in here. And it's more of these blocks that we don't have anything we can do about. Darn! But let's keep a note of that. Oop. There we go. So let's do another little secret technique called shine sparking. This does drain your health, but basically what you do is you build up a running sprint, and then you crouch to charge up, and then you press the jump button, and then a direction, or the angle up button to spark an angle. Basically, you can spark up or left and right by using the direction pad, or spark in an angle by holding the angle up button. It's a little hidden technique. Again, not at all required to beat the game, but it is kind of cool and can be useful at times for progression. Hello there, dude. Gotta watch out here because we have a lot of... Ooh! We've got rising acid in this room, and we need to be very careful of that. But we get another power bomb upgrade. Fantastic. That's 3 so far in one episode. They definitely front load them on you a little bit, but we are grateful because they will come in very handy. Let's go ahead and drop down here. Refill our energy on the ship because, ouch. Now, there is one other place we could explore in this area now that we have the ability to Shine Spark. However, I think we will probably want to save that until we have more health, because it is a little bit of a difficult area. So for the time being, let's go ahead and re-explore some of the areas we've already been to. So there's not a whole lot that we can get down in Brinstar, but it's worth checking it out in a little bit. So we'll go there in a little while. Gotta love Speed Booster. And now, of course, these pirates, as mentioned before, do take damage from our blaster because we've upgraded it with the Spacer and the Ice Beam. Although I think the Spacer alone was enough to actually deal damage to them. But with each new weapon upgrade, your beam does get a little bit stronger, I believe. So we'll head back down to Green Brinstar because there was one of those power bomb block barriers down here that we saw near the start of the game, I think in episode 2. But before we do that, we need to get what's in this room. Previously, we could not run fast enough to outrun these lowering gates, but now we can. And we get a reserve tank, not an energy tank, a reserve tank. This basically acts as an automatic refill in the case that our health goes completely zero. Think of it a bit like a fairy in the Legend of Zelda games, where if you die, it refills your health and saves you from death. However, unlike fairies in the Legend of Zelda, this one is refillable. And, of course, suspicious-looking pipe down there grants us another missile upgrade. And if we're really curious, we can find yet another one. One other thing to note about the reserve tanks, by the way, is that you can actually switch them to manual mode, which will immediately refill your health with its contents instead of doing it upon your health hitting 0. Now, that being said, if you somehow take such a large amount of damage that your reserve tanks don't have enough to actually basically survive that hit, they will refill you and then you will immediately die, which is rather amusing. And here we get a super missile. So this is why, if you can sequence break this room and get up here before you're supposed to, it will let you bypass Spore Spawn entirely, because you have super missiles and you can leave the pink area of Brinstar early without defeating him. So now, we can go ahead and blow open this area and drop down below. Geronimo! All right. These guys, boom, gotcha. We know how to deal with them at this point. Tread carefully here. There's a pitfall. Very nice. I believe that's a callback to the original Metroid, actually. I think they do something just like that, where they put an energy tank right in front of an invisible pit. So as you see, and they block the ground there, so you can't get back up. Those are crumble blocks, which are one way only. And then they do something a little bit devious, which is they put a save point down here. If you save at that save point, you will be locked into learning the technique I mentioned a while back, not shine sparking, but wall jumping. Because in order to leave this area, you need to know how to wall jump. But fortunately, the game does teach you. Listen to the sound they make. It's the item collection jingle. Yeah, look at these guys. Yay, we did it. Whee, down they go. Let's go in here, though, and grab a power bomb upgrade. Goodness gracious. 20 power bombs already in one episode. Alright, so let's find our way back up. And of course, you can actually cycle back around to do wall jumps off of a single wall or bounce back and forth between two walls if they're close together. This is very, very powerful. So yeah, if you're not good at wall jumping, and it is definitely a tricky thing to learn how to do, you basically have to jump towards the wall. You have to be spinning, because if you jump from a standstill, you don't spin. You need to be moving, and then you jump. Then you need to get close to the wall, face away from it while still spinning, and then hit the jump button. It is kind of an elaborate sequence. It's one that you will build up muscle memory for once you get used to it, at which point it becomes mostly second nature, but it's definitely tricky to learn the first time. And if you save at that save point, you will have no choice but to master it, or else you will never proceed with the game. So I guess technically I lied when I said that the wall jump is not required for progression, because if you save down there and you wish to continue with the game, you do have to learn how to wall jump. Also, those are speed booster blocks. We fall down a pit. We can also let this guy free. Oh, nope, he fell back down in there. Sometimes you can actually open this up and he'll come out and then he'll stay in this area, but his AI is programmed to just keep trying to shine spark constantly. Yeah, so he just keeps bonking his head there. Poor guy. But you know what? He's a trooper and he teaches us how to do that maneuver. So for that, we salute him. Let's go ahead and open up this yellow door. Boom! Obliterated that little flying enemy. Here, we definitely want to shoot that door. As you can see, we have no way of opening that door from this side. We'll need to figure out how to open that later. Now, this next item here, you would probably need a specific item to know that this is here, but we can open this up and get through here. Now, we should really have a couple of different upgrades to get this, but I think it should be possible to get this a little bit early. You see that we're in water, and that makes us move very slowly. And we have this wall here, which is made of speed booster blocks. Now, we obviously can't speed run, or we obviously can't speed boost in water. However, because we know how to wall jump, we can get up here, which lets us build up a speed boost and shine spark and get this energy tank early, which is good because obviously, as mentioned, shine sparking drains your health, and we were already at half health. Yeah, it's definitely important to pay attention to your health in this game because you would be surprised how quickly it can drain, even with things like the Varia suit. Because this is, of course, an area we've already been to, generally speaking. But yeah, it's easy to take more damage than you realize. Now, up here is this yellow door that we couldn't access the first time. One, because we couldn't jump high enough, but two, because we didn't have a means of opening it. Big, strong enemies. And nothing? Hey, another power bomb upgrade. Wow. So that's now 5 upgrades. And I want to say there's something like 50 power bombs total in the game. Now, there's only, that is to say, there's only 10 power bomb upgrades in the entire game. Also, woohoo. Hey, we're back at the start of the game. Very cool. So, let's go exploring. There's a few things we can do here. We can grab another energy tank, cleverly hidden in the ceiling. You definitely need the high jump boots, or you can actually wait for an enemy to come close by, then get hit by them and use the damage boost to launch you just high enough to reach that tank. Now, there's one other thing we can do. We can jump up here. Be sure to jump as you enter the room, or else that happens. Yeah, this one's a little weird. No. There's basically invisible blocks here. I'll get this eventually. Yeah, there we go. And you have to run, because otherwise those boulders will come and hit you. And for all of that, we just get a missile upgrade. Really? But wait, there's more. Call right now, and we'll send you a second missile upgrade absolutely free. This is affectionately referred to as the Billy Mays room. Because, but wait, there's more. Sometimes that's all it takes to name a room, and I do find it pretty funny. Alright, very, very good. We've picked up everything in this area. But there's one more thing, actually two more things that I want to grab before heading back to Red Brinstar. And specifically, we're actually going to head back to Norfair, because with power bombs, we can now reach a new area. We can bomb this area here. Under Mother Brain's pedestal, and find a missile upgrade. Thank goodness she didn't use missiles against us. Well, I guess she kind of used those little turret things, but I digress. So this is another one that I'm not sure you would ever know about unless you had a guide or something like that. But yes, there is in fact a secret area over here, and we get another super missile upgrade. Very, very nice. We've been kind of going through those pretty quickly with some of these really strong side hopper type enemies. Now, we really need a different upgrade to get across here. However, we can just tank the damage and get out. So, let's see, what would be the fastest way to get back? I think we can go ahead and just drop down this shaft here. Honestly, just fall through all the space pirates. Whee! Okay. We'll head back down to Blue Brinstar, return to Green Brinstar, and then head our way down into Red Brinstar and then Norfair. And once we reach Norfair, I think it will probably be time to wrap the episode up. I realize that we've mainly just been doing sort of cleanup this episode, but we did get power bombs, and I think that that's important. So see there, we use power bombs actually pretty effectively as a weapon there. See you later, new bridge. And actually, no. Unfortunately, we cannot get what is behind that door just yet. We still need another upgrade. But I happen to know that we will be getting it very soon. That was interesting. I was grabbed by the enemy, but I wasn't actually taking any damage. Peculiar. And now we end the episode right back where we started. Bit funny how that works. But anyway, next time on Super Metroid, we will continue deeper into Norfair now that we have power bombs and the ice beam, and see what new things we can uncover. I hope you've been enjoying the series so far, and I'll see you next time.